questions for Lou. Go ahead. Lou, you guys seem like have progressed throughout the playoffs. You're a better team now than you were at the beginning of the playoffs. How have you managed to do that when you've had kind of problems in front of you in terms of an opponent night in and night out and managed to still work on yourselves?
Yeah, I would say we like learning and growing. Between those games, like it's high intensity games, and then teams that have thrown a lot of different stuff at us. We won some, we lost some, and then I feel like we just grew out of that, and we got better. I mean, we know what type of team we are, and we still got challenged with different stuff, but we were still able to fight through those challenges and be where we are right now. So, like I said, we just grew from all those games.
I know Tyrese Halliburton's a guy that you see a little bit less frequently than some of the guys in the West that are some of your primary assignments. But what maybe makes him unique, and what are some of the things that you're sort of excited to dig into in terms of the times that you're guarding him?
Yeah, he's a good player. He's their main guy. Obviously, he has the ball a lot. So, my main thing, the way I approach any matchup is, I just got to make everything tough. It's not only me, it's the whole team. But at the same time, a guy like that can really get going. You just gotta throw a lot of stuff at him and make everything tough. And that's our thing.
If you were to go back 3 or 4 years and able to look forward to the type of player you are now, what would you say has probably been the biggest area you've grown in, especially on the defensive side?
I mean, just to be more consistent, honestly, and that's overall my whole game. Defensively, I know what I can bring to the team, and then if I do my job at a high level, we will put ourselves. I'll put my team in a great position to win a game. So that's always been my approach, and I feel like I've gone better on that end just based on watching film and playing more games.
To be one of those players who has brought a little bit of shine back to the defensive side of the ball and make it a revamp or be an important thing in the league. What does that mean to you?
Honestly, I'm happy and glad that people see it that way. The way I see it is just to go out there and compete and play hard and do what I do best. We emphasize a lot that side of the floor here, so it's not just me. It's a lot of guys on this team. But my thing is, as soon as I noticed something that I could do to be on the floor and have some play time, it was my defense, and then since that I just stayed at it, and then it went well for me.
At what point, you're Arizona State, you scored at Arizona State, those defensive people knew you by what point did you know that, hey, I can really make a difference defensively first, I guess?
I mean, at that point, I kind of knew it. I was really good with my feet. Remember in college when I used to have the ball a lot more, but I always used to guard the other team's best player. So I always knew that I had it, and then when I got here, it was a plan with the coaching staff, and especially when I was with the Blue, and then they kind of laid out what is some of the stuff that I could do to have some playing time and have a chance to have to play with the Thunder regular. So that was a big part, and then like I said, I just really got better at this.
Which gets you more charged, 25 points or shutting down a really good offensive player, say hold him to below his average, 10 points or whatever?
I'll say both.
If you got to choose, I guess if you had to choose, which one are they both equal, or which one gets you more?
As long as we win, I'll be happy with that. But I know, like I said, I know that every time I win my matchup and I hold the other team's best player to a low scoring game, we have our best chance to win the game, and it makes me and the whole team happy.
Lou, Mark was talking yesterday about kind of the importance of those 20-ish win seasons, laying the foundation for kind of what this team is today. When you look back on those tough years, in what ways for you, for the team, do you think it did that it built kind of what you are right now?
We've seen the tough days, honestly. it was not fun to go out there and losing a game by 20 or whatever, and losing that many games in a row and all that. So I feel like this, for me on my end, it was more like fuel and motivation, and honestly knowing that this is not where we want to be in the league. We want to try our best to win the most games that we can win, and like I said, we've just been through a tough time, and that just builds us and motivates us to do better. And I feel like, throughout all those years, and even the years that we got better, I mean, it's always been in the back of our heads, and knowing that we want to achieve something big.
Yeah, so Lou, there's a lot of teams out there trying to run, but a lot of teams don't run as well as Indiana does. What stands out to you as what makes them good at it?
And I mean, they have a lot of guys that can rebound the ball and push the ball. They're very unselfish the way they pass the ball and then move the ball. So that's I would say that they have so many guys like that can do it, and then they're really willing to pass the ball and run the floor, which is it's a big part of why they had a huge success.
Yeah, Lou, you and Benedict both talked about what that relationship means to you guys, growing up together, all the battles that you guys had playing against each other growing up. What is this moment like to share that experience with him? Obviously, you wanting to beat him, and he probably wants to beat you. But what's it like for you guys' town to have two guys from the same place?
Yeah, it'll be huge for Montreal, especially Montreal North. Like I said, we two NBA players that's from there, and then most of the people back home cheer for one of either Indiana or OKC. So it's big for the basketball world in Montreal. The people that enjoy it will watch two kids from Montreal and in the finals, which will be huge. So we proud to be on that stage, but obviously only one of us gonna get the job done. But at the end of the day, Montreal's gonna be happy.
Have you guys talked about it recently?
No.
Anything else?
With so much talk about you guys' defense, you personally and the team as a whole, you find a little bit strange. You're fourth in offense rating. Nobody's talking about that.
Yeah, I mean, ourselves as well. We unselfish. We move the ball a lot. I mean, we have one of the best offensive player in the game. But just the way that we approach every game, we're real aggressive on that end of the floor. I mean, we know that our defense is going to give us a lot of juice on that end of the floor too, and being able to play fast. But we real unselfish. We move the ball, and then we're always trying to look to take the right shots, and we've been doing a good job of that too. That's why we rank where we at right now.
Anyone else for Lou? Thank you.